Okay, Alana, Bear Lake is on my family's to-do list this summer. We can't wait to come up there and see it for ourselves. You're having a good time there.
Brian, we've had a phenomenal time. We're closing out 8 weeks of traveling to some of the best state parks that you can visit this summer. Bear Lake is a gem, but I have to tell you, if you haven't been here in a few years, you want to come back. Lots of expansion, but it's that same Bear Lake experience that you love. We're at one of the new campgrounds here. This is North Eden, and you can see it's not totally packed, and this is the last weekend of June, which means there are still places to have that great experience with nature and that beautiful aqua blue water, and we kind of love that. We've loved Road Tour, we love state parks, and we're here for Bear Lake. Brian, I'm coming up with you when you come because it's a lot of fun here. Let's talk weather because we definitely know what's going up. Well, the temperatures right now at Bear Lake, we're sitting in the mid 80s, 84 degrees right now in Rich County, and it's pretty. We've got a light breeze, and so keeping things on the cooler side. I know it's a little different when it comes to the Wasatch Front because we've got higher temperatures. The water temperature for Bear Lake, 67 degrees. If you are making that day trip and you want to hit the beach, just know the water's in the 60s, but pretty refreshing. All right, we definitely know that the heat is on. As we look at our regional forecast, you can see that area of high pressure. That ridge is building. Now, a little bit of moisture wants to sneak underneath the ridge for a portion of the weekend. That could result in a few storms over the Uintas. You see that area of low pressure. That's what could maybe sneak underneath. We'll see what happens, but we know heat is going to be the big talker. High pressure really acts as a storm block and limits the amount of moisture we see. Talking temperatures, we are above average. How about those 90s, 93 in Salt Lake. Somebody just getting out of the water, having a good day at the beach. Can't blame him. 100 in Green River. Look at the eastern side of the state. We've got 80s, we've got 90s. It's 99 right now in St. George. So throughout the state, we're above average for the northern half and right around average for southern Utah. For the Wasatch Front, if you're planning to head out on your Friday night, have a great weekend. Be careful out there, and those temperatures will decline by ABC4 News at 10. Low 80s, mostly clear conditions, quiet conditions, and that's what high pressure brings. We're going to keep that pattern as we head through a bulk of the weekend. You're looking at our time-lapse video coming out of our Black Desert Sky Cam. You notice some smoke-filled skies? You have. Since the Forsyth fire broke out, air quality impacts are associated with the moving smoke. As we look at air quality, there are some areas that are hitting that unhealthy for sensitive group category, including Davis County, Salt Lake, and then near Duchesne. Duchesne is actually dealing with elevated particulate matter. So's Uinta County and Iron County, those areas with elevated particulate matter that is brought in by wildfire smoke. Moderate air for the other areas, and that's a combination of ozone as well as elevated particulate matter. We also see that smoke towards Bryce Canyon. You're looking at that Ruby's in camera. The France Canyon fire continues to put off smoke in that area overnight. Thicker concentrations noted near Bryce. As we check our futurecast smoke model, it's going to show you the next 48 hours south central Utah with those thicker plumes, very noticeable there. And we have the winds kind of push that to the eastern side of the state. So as we get through your weekend, we'll see that smoke really targeting the southern half of the state, but that haze makes it all the way to the Wasatch Front. You'll notice it when you step out. Maybe you look across the valley, or if you have respiratory issues, you may pick up on that as well. Thicker smoke hangs in southern Utah. Notice that there, and it wants to and will stay as long as those fires are burning, and as much as it wants to move out of the Beehive State, it won't. Get trapped underneath the ridge a bit too. Speaking of the ridge, there it is, the Four Corners High presenting itself, meaning monsoon season is coming. It actually kicks off July 1st for the Beehive State, which could bring some summer rains. It does not for the weekend. And as we head into early next week, really hot conditions. Peak heating, forewarning you now, will be on Monday. We're looking at high heat in southern Utah and along the Wasatch Front, where we could possibly hit 100 if the winds pick up. By the middle of next week, it looks as though the models are hinting at a significant moisture surge, meaning thunderstorms could be in the forecast, which is very on track with the monsoon season. So you'll know as we switch that pattern when the monsoon is picking up. Futurecast takes us through our Saturday and Sunday. You see the clouds on the move here. A weekend forecast maybe bubbling up with a little bit of moisture towards the Uintas if some of that sneaks underneath the ridge. But for a bulk of the Beehive State, hot, dry, and at times some windy conditions. We're going to keep our eye on fire danger because all three of those combined can sometimes lead to that red flag warning. Nothing posted right now. Temperatures for tomorrow in the 90s. 90s along the Wasatch Front, 102 in St. George as the triple digits return in southern Utah. We've got 90s with sunny skies on the eastern side of the state as well. Over the next 7 days, you see the St. George 7-day with those triple digits beginning to cool by Friday. Hey, you know, the 4th of July is right around the corner. Can you believe that? We're wrapping June, heading into the 4th. Hot conditions, dry conditions. We got to be extra careful out there. Let's look at the Wasatch Front. We know it's going to be hot in southern Utah. The Wasatch Front is in the same arena. Here we go with those triple digits. Potential is there Monday and Tuesday. It looks like with the winds on Tuesday, we will stay close to 100, maybe bump above it, but then we see a decent amount of cooling with moisture moving in. We're going to keep our eye on the potential of that moisture surge with the monsoon pattern. The 4th of July, well, can you believe that? The 4th of July is here, folks. Bear Lake, put it on your list. We have loved the Good for Utah Road Tour. We have had such a good time this year. Hopefully, you found some good spots to visit.